Hello, explorers of the unknown. Welcome back to William Topps TV, where we unearth history's most intriguing secrets. Today, we're diving into a dark and fascinating chapter of the Victorian era. A time of contrasts, scientific progress, refined elegance, and practices so unsettling they defy imagination. Ready to discover why the living feared the dead, and vice versa? Imagine walking through a Victorian cemetery at dawn. Fog creeps between weathered headstones, and among them, twisted iron structures rise like silent guardians. These are not macabre decorations or religious symbols. They are mortsafes, devices built for one singular mission: to stop grave robbers from desecrating the dead. To understand mortsafes, we must travel back to the 19th century, when medicine was undergoing a revolution. Universities like Edinburgh and London needed cadavers for anatomical studies, but British law only permitted the use of executed criminals' bodies. The problem was obvious. Demand outweighed supply by hundreds. Thus, a sinister black market emerged, where organized gangs, called resurrectionists, stole freshly buried bodies to sell to medical institutions. But this was no ordinary theft. The thieves operated with military precision. They waited for families to stop guarding the grave, common in the early days, dug up the coffin, extracted the body, and left only scattered clothes and disturbed soil as evidence. The trauma for families was immense, and public outrage boiled over. Faced with this threat, Victorians turned to innovation. Mortsafes, a term blending death and safeguard, were wrought iron structures, sometimes combined with heavy stone slabs, interlocking chains, or impenetrable locks. Their goal wasn't to stop the dead from rising, but to keep the living from breaking in. There were two main types: temporary mortsafes, installed over the grave for weeks, until the body decomposed and lost value to thieves. They were then removed and reused. Permanent mortsafes, built into the grave itself, designed to last decades. Some included plaques with warnings like, "Violating this grave invites eternal curses." In regions like Scotland, where body snatching was endemic, entire communities pooled resources to share mortsafes due to their high cost. There were even ingenious traps. Fake headstones hiding empty pits or mechanisms that rang bells if the grave was disturbed. The story of mortsafes wouldn't be complete without William Burke and William Hare, two criminals who took the cadaver trade to horrific extremes. In 1828, Edinburgh, they decided digging up bodies was too much work. So they began murdering vulnerable people to sell fresh corpses. Their arrest and Burke's eventual execution exposed the brutality behind medical demand and sped up legal reforms. The turning point came in 1832 with the Anatomy Act. This law allowed bodies to be donated legally to science, reducing the black market's grip. Though thefts didn't vanish overnight, Mortsafes faded into obsolescence. Many were melted down for iron during wars or removed to clean up cemetery aesthetics. Today, only a few remain, mostly in rural Scottish and English graveyards, standing as monuments to a collective fear. Mortsafes aren't just iron relics. They're symbols of a society torn between reverence for the dead and the thirst for scientific progress. They whisper of a time when families kept watch over graves with weapons, when death wasn't an end, but the start of a battle between grief and greed. What would we have done in their place? Would we stand guard night after night? Would we invest in iron cages to protect those we love? The answer, perhaps, lies in understanding that the fear of loss, even after death, is as ancient as humanity itself. Had you heard of Mortsafes before? Could such practices resurface in modern forms? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this journey to the past, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss our next video.